The Gospel according to Luke. Mary set out and traveled to the hill country in haste, to a town of Judah, where she entered the house of Zachariah and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the infant leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth, filled with the Holy Spirit, cried out in a loud voice and said, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. And how does this happen to me, that the mother of my Lord should come to me? For at the moment the sound of your greeting reached my ears, the infant in my womb leaped for joy. Blessed are you who believed that what was spoken to you by the Lord would be fulfilled." Gospel Reflections. Mary, despite becoming the Mother of God, hurried to go help her cousin who was old and pregnant. The Bible doesn't tell us about the trip there or back, though. It is as if she hopped in her car and was there a few hours later, like it would be today. Obviously, that is wrong, but the truth may surprise you. The trip was about 80 to 100 miles between the two places, depending on how many detours were called for due to wild animals, thieves, washed-out roads, and other inconveniences. The travel time would vary depending on how she went. If she walked by herself, unlikely due to the dangers of travel then, she could have made it in 4 to 5 days. More likely, she would have had to become part of a caravan that was going in that direction. Caravans would have had horses, camels, or donkeys with them to handle the additional bundles like food and water needed for an extended trip. Dealing with the animals and lots of other people would have probably doubled the amount of time needed to 8 to 10 days. Maybe longer if it was not direct and stopped at other towns and villages on the way. Because she was pregnant, there would be morning sickness and other problems, adding more trouble as she hurried to the hill country for her visit. But go there she did. Mary brought God to Elizabeth in her heart and in her womb. We, through our actions, can bring God to everyone we meet. Maybe it is just offering to pray for someone who is ill, so that they can have faith that God will help them. A few weeks ago, a storm rolled through our neighborhood, and a really big tree blew down in the yard of an older woman. Unaware that anything had happened, she got a knock on the front door from a neighbor. She walked out, and there, in the side yard, a tree had come down on top of her fence. She thanked the neighbor that told her, and was walking back to the house. She prayed as she walked that she could figure out how to deal with it. She was too old and lacked the right tools to chop it up and put it to the side of the road herself. Money was also tight, so hiring someone to do it was going to be a problem. She stopped in her tracks when the distinctive sound of a chainsaw started up. It was the children of the neighbor that told her, and several other neighbors helping. They were already starting to chop it up and put it next to the road. With tears in her eyes, she said, "I asked God for help, and there you are." Sometimes the thoughtful things you do can mean so much. The goodness of God shines through you to them. In this way, you can follow Mary's charity. What unselfish thing might be needed from you today? Please include victims of disaster, disease, and despair in your prayers. Subscribe by clicking on the round logo on this page or in the lower corner during the video. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.